All right, so artificial intelligence. It's something that we hear a lot about nowadays, but I think a lot of us don't really understand what it is. Where maybe our ideas are informed more by movies than actual reality. So we see these, killer robots coming down and, taking over the earth. Artificial intelligence is actually this, a scientific field. People have been studying it for years, and it's something that you can really engage with, and that's what the AI for Good challenge is all about. So before the science, let's do a bit of history and some English as well. So the history first. Now, Alan Turing was a guy who in the 1930s basically invented computers. Really smart, huge brain guy. In the 1940s, he was focused on working with the British government to help win World War II. So he's cracking codes and doing amazing things. In the 1950s, though, he talked about a machine that could think and learn. And he invented something called the Turing test, which you're going to dig down into a little bit more into this module. So they actually made a movie about this guy. It's called The Imitation Game, and it's by the same actor who played Doctor Strange in The Avengers, if you're a Marvel fan. And since his work, loads of computer scientists and people in Silicon Valley and entrepreneurs and inventors have been working with this idea of artificial intelligence. So what is it? This is for the English lesson now. Let's talk about intelligence first. Now, intelligence is the ability to achieve complex goals. You've used your intelligence many times today. Making your toast, walking to school, having a conversation. That's all uses of you using your intelligence. Now, artificial intelligence is basically the ability for something that isn't human or isn't an animal to do that. So it is non-biological intelligence. People often think, so it's a robot, right? Not really. Think of the robot as the container, and the intelligence is inside the robot, and it's the algorithm and the code and that machine that is doing that thinking. So artificial intelligence is a machine that is not human that can achieve complex goals. Now, we need to get a bit more specific here. There's actually two types. There's narrow artificial intelligence, and that is like, I have a robot vacuum cleaner in my house. I turn it on, it vacuums my house. It's like this big, and it's really, really good at vacuuming my house. That is narrow intelligence, and the world has made huge amounts of those machines. Now, general intelligence is the holy grail. This is an artificial intelligence that can achieve, incredible amounts of things across all different disciplines, but more importantly, it's learning all the time. So, general intelligence can kind of learn every language that the world has ever created kind of overnight if you leave the machine on. So, narrow intelligence, it does a really specific thing. General intelligence is this big, wow, if this thing happens, this is going to be such a smart machine. So, AI is about 70 years old. A lot of people have been working on it for a long time. It is the ability for a machine that isn't a human to achieve a complex goal. And there is narrow, it does a specific job, and there is general, which is the holy grail that we haven't achieved just yet. In this module, there's lots of other activities and resources that your teacher might want to use with you as well to help you learn more about artificial intelligence and how you can start thinking about how you can engage with it. Enjoy!